I swear I saw User's face in the shadows that night, even though we buried him a week before. His wide, unblinking eyes weren't looking at me, they were looking through me. I grew up in a small village where everyone knew everyone. User was the poor orphan boy who lived at the edge of the village in a crumbling mud hut. He was quiet, always looking hungry, and mostly kept to himself. People avoided him, not because he was bad, but because they said he brought bad luck. They whispered about how his parents died, first his father, then his mother, both in strange ways. The elders said User was marked. Whether by spirits or curses, nobody knew for sure. One day, while gathering firewood in the forest, I ran into User. He was crouched by a stream, staring into the water. When he noticed me, he smiled, but it didn't reach his eyes. "You're brave to come this deep into the forest," he said. I shrugged. "The wood here burns better." He nodded, then added something that chilled me. "The spirits like this place. They don't bother me anymore, though. They know I belong to them." I laughed nervously and left as quickly as I could. A week later, User died. They said he fell from a tree while looking for fruit, but the villagers didn't seem surprised. It was only a matter of time, one elder said. They buried him without much ceremony, as though they were relieved. That's when the strange things started happening. The first night, dogs howled and barked at nothing. My uncle's lanterns, which always burned through the night, kept going out, no matter how many times he relit them. By the third night, whispers began. Not human whispers, low, raspy sounds that seemed to come from the forest. I couldn't sleep. Then, on the fifth night, I saw him. I was walking back from a late errand when I noticed someone standing near the big iroko tree at the village's edge. At first, I thought it was just one of the elders, until I saw the figure move closer. It was User. His skin was pale, almost gray, and his eyes were too wide, too white. He didn't speak, but I heard his voice in my head. Why did they leave me? Why did they bury me in cursed ground? I stumbled back, but when I looked again, he was gone. The next day, I told my grandmother. She looked scared and told me to keep quiet. If you talk about it, he'll come for you again. He's restless because they buried him too close to the forest. The spirits are keeping him between here and the other side. That night, the whispers got louder. My younger cousin said she saw User's face outside our window, but nobody believed her except me. The village eventually called a diviner to perform rituals and appease the spirits. I don't know what they did, but the noises stopped, and no one saw User again. Still, to this day, I avoid the forest at dusk. Sometimes, when the wind blows through the trees, I think I hear his voice. It always says the same thing, *, why did they leave me? *.